Hello, I am Lemon Water, and today I am working on an artwork in this video, and I'd also like to be talking about October, Goretober, and my future plans going on right now. But first, the video you're watching the process of here is actually from day 25 of my Goretober series, and the theme for that day, or the prompt, was Desperate. And Goretober is a challenge that goes on in October where you draw one picture every day for all of October. So you end up with 31 pictures, and generally they revolve around some sort of prompt that has to do with gore. So with this one, with the prompt being Desperate, originally I was going to draw something like a girl lost in the woods, or a girl being chased from something, because that's kind of what I thought of when I thought Desperate. But it just wasn't really working for me. There wasn't really much of a story. So instead of that, I decided to draw this cute little monster girl. And with the prompt, I kind of related it to maybe she had just been brought to life or woken up or whatever, and she kind of was adjusting to her new monster life. So I kind of go through the whole line art phase to coloring and shading and highlighting. But while that's going on, I would like to talk about Goretober. And Goretober is actually over now, as it is now November. And I did finish on time. There was a couple times during the month that I had to catch up and do 2 pictures a day, which is a lot. But it was a lot of fun, and it was so satisfying to finish that last picture on the last day, and it actually turned out really good, and it was a lot of fun, and I'm very happy that it ended on a high note. And I'm definitely looking forward to another Drawtober challenge next year. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing Goretober, or if I might try Inktober again, because I did try it this year, but I only ended up going to day 10 because I was doing Goretober at the same time. Or I might do some sort of other challenge. I haven't really gotten that far yet, but I definitely like doing a Drawtober challenge every year. And it's a great experience to watch yourself grow and learn over even just a short period of time, doing more pictures than you really probably would have been done if you hadn't done the challenge. But now that Goretober is over, I actually have a big announcement. If you weren't aware, I am actually a writer as well as an artist. And I mostly write short stories and flash fiction stories, which are stories that are 1,000 words or less. And you can actually read some of those on my DeviantArt page if you're interested. But I've always wanted to write a novel, but I kind of never really felt like I had a story that I could make into such a long form. So I kind of just played around with different ideas and thought about different stories for short stories. But I've actually this year, this November, decided to participate in NaNoWriMo. And NaNoWriMo is a event that happens every year in November where writers come and they write 50,000 words in 30 days. Which, if you write all 30 days, it ends up being about 1,667 words per day. And I thought NaNoWriMo might be a good push for me to finally write something that might be a novel, because it might be good, it might be bad, but I kind of need that push to write. And I feel like, even from my experience of like drawing challenges like Goretober, I find that I work a lot better and I'm a lot more productive when I actually have a goal to reach to, like a more definite goal, like 1,000 and some words a day or 2,000 words a day, than just saying, oh, I'm going to write a novel, because it's a little more complicated than that. But I did participate in some of the, I did some Preptober, outlined some of my novel, came up with different scene ideas, chapter ideas, fleshing out characters, so I'm feeling mostly prepared, and I've actually gone for the first day, and I very nearly, because I'm actually going for writing for 2,000 words a day, because I feel like that would be nice to have a bit of a cushion, because that would, if I wrote 2,000 words a day, then I would only actually take 25 days, so if there's a day I miss or something, it won't be the end of the world. And I did almost get to 2,000 words. I was like at 1,900 and some, but I feel like that's pretty good. I don't really want to force something so hard where, you know, because like I was done writing the scene and it had pretty much taken all the word count. I didn't really want to go and have to add words or go start this new scene that I'd rather do tomorrow, because I feel like that would be kind of defeating the purpose of writing a good first draft. But anyway, it's actually, I think, going to go well, and I'm pretty excited. Now, in terms of the story I'm writing, I'm actually writing a story based on one of my characters that you might have seen if you follow my art pages or like DeviantArt or Facebook, which you can find in the description below. But this character has so far been aptly named Crab Girl because she's a girl who has crab hands. But she actually does have a name now, and her name is Callie. And her story, summed up pretty much, you know, her world is kind of like our present day world, but there's, you know, some magic and some whimsy, kind of like mixing my art style with how I write. So it's going to be more of a fantasy story, but it is mostly set in our present day universe. And Callie is 15 years old, and she was born with crab hands. And she was found on the shore, or the beach, by her father when she was a baby, her father was actually a fisherman. And he raised her, and as she gets older, she begins to isolate herself more. You know, she sees her crab hands as an obstacle. She feels like she doesn't fit in, she doesn't belong, she's clumsy, she feels like she isn't independent, she's not capable, so she begins to isolate herself more and more, but at some point, based on mistakes she's made, her father ends up getting mysteriously ill, and she has to go out in the world and get a job. And so she can support her family, or support the one she loves, and she has to face her fears of rejection and not being capable enough to live in the real world. And during this, she faces trials such as friendship and independence and capability and learning to be accepted in society and being accepted for who she is. But when she discovers that her father's illness has a sinister cause, she must decide where she truly belongs, on land or in the sea which she has felt called to for quite a bit of her life. So that's about the synopsis of the story, and I'm pretty excited to be writing about her because she is a character that I like quite a lot, so I'm pretty excited to see how it turns out. So, as this video wraps up, I would like to thank everybody for watching, and I hope that any writers out there who are participating in NaNoWriMo have a very productive month and reach that 50,000 goal mark. And if you have participated in NaNoWriMo, I would love to hear if you have any tips or tricks about defeating and conquering NaNoWriMo. And if you participated in Goretober this past October, or Inktober, or any other type of Drawtober, I would love to hear your thoughts on what it was like for you, and if you enjoyed it, and what kind of stuff you learned. Because I definitely feel that those kind of challenges are a great learning experience. And if you want to check out my social media pages, I would greatly appreciate it. I share my art on Facebook, and I have art and writing on my DeviantArt page. And something really exciting is if you are interested in owning any type of my Goretober artworks, they are now on Redbubble. And Redbubble is a site where you can go on and you can actually find some of my artworks, including some of my Goretober artworks, featured on t-shirts, phone cases, and other types of apparel and home decor. So I would greatly appreciate it if you check that out, and I think some of them make some really cool designs. So again, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you